What is up, YouTube? It is Daiki or Daiki Style Gaming, and I am here with another Anthem video for you all today. And this video is going to be one of a few different cheese videos I have for the strongholds. Now, with the Legion caches finally being out and the boss drops with the strongholds kind of drop relatively good loot, I thought I'd share some of the ways I cheese through some of these strongholds. Because at higher difficulties, the enemies not only take longer to kill, but they deal a lot more damage as well. So this first video is going to be about the Swarm Tyrant, and a pretty easy way to cheese him, stay away from most of his attacks and deal damage from afar. There's a couple really safe locations in the boss fight area where the Swarm Tyrant can't hit you, and pretty much you can stay up high, deal as much damage as you really want to. And then of course always come back down when you need to, DPS him, kill some ads for your super, things like that. And then depending on how well this video does, I have another cheese video that I actually think comes in handy a lot when facing the monitor, and it's a pretty easy cheese to avoid taking all damage from the monitor. But again, I'll see how this video does, and then I'll see if I'll upload the other one. But on to the Swarm Tyrant Mine Stronghold. So going through the Swarm Tyrant Stronghold, it's pretty much the same. This is only about the boss fight pretty much, and an easy way to cheese the boss and get through them fast enough so you can keep running these over and over and over again. So essentially just play through the entire stronghold like you normally would. Again, if you're playing on harder difficulties, you probably know what to do. But now entering the Swarm Tyrant's boss arena, when you first go through the door, just drop to the floor, and onto your right there will be a ledge all the way at the top, and I'll show you where that is. Then there will be a ledge all the way to the left. Now the best part about this cheese is even if you're not in a party with your friends, you can do this by yourself. But if you are in a group with a couple of your friends, this is extremely useful. So first, for the solo players who might be playing with a group of randoms, there is a location all the way to the far right at the very top. There is a ledge, and it looks like there's either moss or something around the side of it as well. That ledge is probably the safest place to be at in the game, one of the safest spots to be at. You can not only deal damage to ads down below, but you can also deal damage to the Swarm Tyrant as well. Now, the one downside about that spot is that he can actually hit you if you are too close to the edge. Now, if you push yourself a little far back, all of his attacks will miss you, which is pretty nice. So you can pretty much DPS him from that ledge, deal your damage, pop your ultimate, go back to that ledge. When he goes up the wall, go down, kill a bunch of Swarm Tyrant enemies, and then get your super back up and then rinse and repeat. Now this strat might take a little longer to kill the Swarm Tyrant than normal because you're playing with a group of randoms and they probably don't know what you're doing. So the Swarm Tyrant might be going all around the map, messing up with your positioning and you being able to actually hit him. But for the people who at least have one other person to play with, there is a ledge all the way to your far left when you first land into the stronghold. Now this place is actually pretty safe, so if you want to go there as well, if you're playing a solo player, you can, but it's really not the best positioning. It's really better to use if you have two people. But essentially what you want to do is have one person all the way to the ledge to the far right, and then one person all the way to the ledge on the far left. Now for some reason, the interesting thing about this is the Swarm Tyrant always goes to the person to the far left. So he'll be trying to climb up the wall to attack that person on that ledge, which he cannot hit, and leaving him open to attacks from everybody who is still left on the ground and the person who has clear sight of him all the way on the far right ledge. Me and my friends do this all the time to essentially just trap the Swarm Tyrant in that little corner, and then we'll just DPS him from the side, and there's really nothing he does. He turns around for a second, but then literally he'll turn right back around to that ledge on the far left, and he'll be trying to get the player up at the highest point of that ledge, which he can't. He can't spit at him, he can't attack him, nothing. He'll essentially be trying to climb up a wall, leaving him open to all attacks in game. And at this point is essentially where you DPS him to hell, use your abilities, your ultimates, your weapons, anything to kill him. Now with this strat, you'll be able to take him down pretty fast, and every time he climbs up the wall, now y'all can all hop down to the ground level, kill some ads, build your super back up, go back to those same locations, and then rinse and repeat until the Swarm Tyrant is dead. Now, funny enough, this cheese has been in the game since the start, though I never made a video on it because honestly, most players don't really even run to the stronghold bosses anymore. They go to the first 2 chests and then they typically dip out in a stronghold. But now, like I said, with the bosses actually dropping better loot and having Elysian caches at the end of them, I thought that it was at least worth talking about now. So hopefully this cheese helped. If it did, let me know in the comment section. And as I mentioned, if this video does well enough, I'll post the cheese for the Heart of Rage, showing how to avoid all damage against the monitor. It's actually a pretty simple cheese, and I'm sure some people might have done this by accident, but you can avoid all damage and still deal all your damage to them, so it's a pretty effective cheese. But that is all I got for this one, guys. Thank you all for watching. Like always, if you haven't, follow me on my social media accounts. Links are in the video description. If you want to support the channel, I do have a Patreon. Link to that is in the video description as well. I will catch you all on the next one. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the subs. Peace.